Good morning. I'm doing a little journaling in the morning and I'll take you with me. I have a couple of thoughts and things on my mind. First thing, why retain? Why keep the energy in? Why not squander it? Why not just give it away to the world all the time? Energy. First things first, just having more energy to do things within the day. Clarity. Being able to make clear, decisive decisions without second guessing myself. Being in tune with creative energy. Having that creative flow wanting to happen quite a bit throughout the day and not really stopping. Obviously, even this for me, this is a type of creativity right here. Just being in a journal, allowing my thoughts to kind of come in, or well, maybe not even my thoughts, but just thoughts of something higher than me to come in and help other people. So, why do we retain our energy right now? Extra energy, clarity, and being in tune with creative energy. One thing I do want to speak on, and I saw it earlier when I was looking at a video, is being in tune with how you feel when you listen to other people's content. Big thing that I'm seeing for myself, and something I'm really paying attention, just speaking for myself, for me, is paying attention to how I feel when I listen to other people's content. There's a lot of good content out there. You have to sift through it, and there's a lot of I would consider emotionally manipulative content where it kind of stirs up your emotions a little bit and gets you thinking about things that you normally don't think about. I would be highly cautious of that. I would be highly aware of how we feel, or how I feel, when I'm listening to other people's content. My message and my goal for this whole channel is to bring content that just brings the energy higher, makes the vibration a little bit higher, being able to stimulate thought in a new way rather than a way that's I've done in the past, where it's just a little bit more negative and a little bit easier to cling into, especially if it kind of gets my emotions kind of rattled up. That's why when I notice, and I've just said this a second ago, and I'll say it for the last time, when I'm watching videos and I notice that my emotions are going up and down, or I'm kind of getting kind of wild up about things, I just turn it off. Because I'm realizing that there's a reason why that person might have good content, I guess, or they might have a lot of followers, or there's a big following behind them, but what is behind them? So this is going to bring me into my last point. First, it was why retain. Then this clarity we talk about, retention, kind of brings me into just being aware of how I feel when watching content. And then this is going to tie into my third point, which is what I just believe is just my opinion. It's all my opinion. Energetic beings, energetic spirits, energetic things that most of us can't see. I think some of us can. But energetic spirit beings that are attached to us in the ether, in the astral realm. I encounter them a lot in my dreams, and I have a few dreams about actually having a spirit attached to me. I've mentioned it in one of my previous videos on this channel, but essentially just having a dream where I had a fluffy kind of animal attached to my arm, and it wouldn't let go. It was innocent until I tried to take it off, and it was incredibly hard to take off. And I just think that was one of the lustful spirits, one of the ways that it just kind of shows itself in some ways. So these energetic spirits, I would be very cautious of them as well. I would be very cautious of maybe the feeling of what you get when you're around people or when you're listening to content, and kind of what's behind us that we just can't pick up on. I think eventually in my life I'll be able to pick up on these things. I can definitely feel them, but like visually seeing them, I've known 2 people in my life that have been able, they've claimed to visually see like spirit of some kind. And I never doubted them at all. I never did. Just by the way that they were talking about it and the way that they were describing certain things, it's like, okay, that seems plausible. And yeah, just the stories that I've heard, I'm like, yeah, something's not right. But I've definitely encountered them in my dream world and when I go to bed. That I don't really know if I count that, like not in this physical reality, but up there, they're definitely up there for sure. You hear a lot of guys talk about like succubus and wet dreams and stuff like that. That's one example, but there's many. So that's kind of it for the day. I got a couple things I want to do. I want to kind of get better at my my bow, so I'm going to shoot that a little bit. I'm going to go to the gym and do my training run. I'll have an official video announcement on it, but the last thing I'm going to talk about is I set big goals. Set big goals. I'm telling myself to continuously set big goals and don't think that I'm not worthy of doing great things, because I absolutely am, and I absolutely already have. I've hiked the Appalachian Trail. I did over 2,200 miles on foot. I did the Pacific Crest Trail. It was about 1,500 or 1,600 miles. I didn't finish that one, but I did finish the AT. Why I'm saying this is because I'm going to do the Leadville 100. It is a 100-mile foot race in Leadville, Colorado. I'm going to set it out for about 3 years. So I plan on doing it in 2028, or it's a lottery system. So I might get picked, I might not, but I'm going to train up to that point. I've done the 50K before, and then hiking and running are 2 completely different things, but I'm super excited about it. Yeah, it's just another goal. The reason why I'm doing 2 years though, or 2.5 years, is I'm actually finishing my bachelor's degree. So that's another thing I want to do, and I am doing. I got into the school I wanted to get into. I'm literally manifesting the things that I want, just saying it out loud, taking action and doing it. If that's the biggest thing here I could say in this video, is when something comes to mind that you feel is in alignment with your spirit, take action on it immediately, as fast as you can. I feel like when I'm able to do that, I get results a lot quicker, and it just happens the way it needs to happen. I might not always agree of how it happens, but I'm in agreement of it just happening for what it is. So I'm very thankful for God for all that. And I'm also thankful for God for giving me the clarity of what I need to hear and what comes in. So yes, I'm doing the Leadville 100. Set your goals high and keep going forward. Don't let other people make you feel shitty about yourself. Don't let other people make you feel low or lower than them. I just keep it pushing, bro. And that's another thing, going back to why we retain. This energy does make you feel more resilient. It makes you feel not cocky, but just confident in yourself. And isn't that what we all want? Like as men, we all want that. We absolutely want that. Why wouldn't you want that? Especially in this world, you want that. So I'm going to end the video here. We did why we retain, being aware of how you feel when you watch people's content, setting big goals, and then me doing the Leadville in about a couple years from now, and finishing the Leadville. Not just participating in it, but finishing the Leadville. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care.